Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're journeying back in time to walk the sun-scorched streets of one of the most legendary cities in human history. Located in modern-day Iraq, Babylon wasn't just a city. It was the heart of an empire, a beacon of culture, and a name that has echoed through millennia. So, what made this place so special? Let's find out. The story of Babylon begins over 4,000 years ago, emerging as a small city-state on the banks of the Euphrates River. Its name, Babylon, meant Gate of the Gods. And for centuries, that's what it was, a gateway, a crossroads of trade, culture, and power in ancient Mesopotamia. But its rise to true greatness began under the rule of one of history's most famous lawgivers, Hammurabi. Around 1792 BC, Hammurabi ascended to the throne. He was more than just a conqueror. He was a brilliant administrator. He united Mesopotamia under Babylonian rule, creating what we now call the First Babylonian Empire. His most enduring legacy, however, is the Code of Hammurabi. This set of 282 laws, carved onto a massive stone stele, was one of the earliest and most complete legal codes ever written. It covered everything from property disputes to family law and criminal justice, famously introducing the principle of an eye for an eye. Under Hammurabi, Babylon flourished, becoming a major commercial and political center, renowned for its impressive walls and temples. But empires, as we know, rise and fall. After Hammurabi's death, his empire gradually weakened. It was invaded by various groups, including the Hittites and later the Kassites, who ruled the region for several centuries. Babylon remained an important city, but its golden age seemed to be in the past. That is, until the rise of a new dynasty that would elevate Babylon to even greater heights. This brings us to the Neo-Babylonian Empire and its most celebrated ruler, Nebuchadnezzar, who reigned in the late 7th and early 6th centuries BC. If you've ever heard of the wonders of Babylon, it's likely you're thinking of his city. Nebuchadnezzar was an ambitious builder, transforming Babylon into the largest and most magnificent metropolis of its time. Imagine approaching the city. The first thing you'd see would be its colossal outer walls, so wide that chariots could race along the top. You would then pass through one of 8 monumental gates, each dedicated to a different deity. The most famous of these was the Ishtar Gate. This wasn't just a gate, it was a masterpiece, covered in brilliant, blue-glazed bricks and decorated with intricate reliefs of lions, dragons, and bulls. It was designed to inspire awe in all who entered. Today, a reconstruction of the Ishtar Gate stands in the Pergamon Museum in Berlin. And even as a reconstruction, its beauty is absolutely breathtaking. Once inside, you would find yourself on the processional way, a grand avenue that led to the heart of the city. The temple complex of Marduk, the chief god of Babylon. This sacred precinct included the Asagila Shrine and the legendary Zik. Many scholars believe this towering, 7-story structure was the real-life inspiration for the biblical story of the Tower of Babel. It was a man-made mold reaching towards the heavens, a symbol of Babylonian power and piety. But perhaps the most famous of all of Nebuchadnezzar's projects is one whose very existence is still debated by historians. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, described by ancient Greek writers as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The gardens were said to be a series of tiered terraces, lush with exotic trees, shrubs, and vines. They were reportedly built by Nebuchadnezzar for his homesick wife, who missed the green hills of her homeland. The descriptions paint a picture of an artificial, irrigated mountain of greenery rising out of the flat desert plain, a true engineering marvel. The mystery. Archaeologists have never found conclusive evidence of the gardens at the site of Babylon, leading some to speculate they might have been a poetic invention or perhaps located in a different city entirely. Beyond its architectural marvels, Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar was a center for science and learning. Babylonian astronomers were meticulous observers of the night sky. They charted the movements of the planets, developed sophisticated mathematical models to predict eclipses, and created the zodiac that is still in use today. Their work laid the foundations for modern astronomy and mathematics. However, this second golden age was also not destined to last forever. After Nebuchadnezzar's death, a series of weaker rulers followed. In 539 BC, the seemingly impenetrable city fell to a new rising power from the east. The Persians, led by Cyrus the Great. Accounts of the city's fall vary, but one popular story tells of how the Persians cleverly diverted the Euphrates River, which flowed through the city, allowing their army to march into Babylon on the dry riverbed, taking it with little to no resistance. Under Persian rule, Babylon continued to be an important administrative center, but its days as the capital of an empire were over. The city saw a further decline after it was conquered by Alexander the Great. While Alexander had grand plans to restore Babylon to its former glory and make it the capital of his new empire, his untimely death in the city in 323 BC put an end to those ambitions. His successors fought over his vast territories, and Babylon was largely abandoned in favor of new capitals. Over the centuries, the great city of Babylon slowly crumbled. Its mud bricks dissolved back into the earth, and its legendary walls and towers were plundered for building materials. The sands of the Iraqi desert reclaimed the once mighty metropolis, and for nearly 2,000 years, Babylon existed more as a legend in ancient texts than as a physical place. It wasn't until the 19th century that European archaeologists began to rediscover and excavate the site. They uncovered the foundations of the palaces, the Ishtar Gate, and the processional way, confirming the stories that have been passed down through generations. The work of these archaeologists brought Babylon back from the realm of myth and into the pages of history. Today, the ruins of Babylon stand as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While much of what you see are foundations and partial reconstructions, walking through the site is a humbling experience. You can trace the path of ancient kings, stand where the Tower of Babel may have stood, and feel the immense weight of history under your feet. It's a powerful reminder of the cyclical nature of civilization, of grandeur, decay, and rediscovery. The legacy of Babylon is immense. Its name has become a symbol of both worldly magnificence and divine judgment. Its contributions to law, architecture, and science shaped the course of human development. From the Code of Hammurabi to the Hanging Gardens, the story of Babylon is a testament to human ambition, ingenuity, and the enduring power of ideas. It's a city that, though its physical form has long since faded, will continue to capture our imaginations for centuries to come. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the ancient world. What part of Babylon's history fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.